Prince Harry and Meghan Markle divorce shock. Marriage will only last 3 years, experts claim. She was previously married to a film producer in Los Angeles named Trevor Engelson before they separated after 2 years, and now it seems Meghan Markle's marriage to Prince Harry could be heading down the same path. According to the Sunday Times, the Duchess of Sussex has been given yet another degree wife by a senior royal who thinks a marriage to Harry will last only 3 years. And this isn't the first moniker she has been given since joining the royal family. Earlier this year, Tatler claimed that Meghan is the name Meghan's staff used when referring to the 37-year-old behind her back. While discussing the treatment of Sarah Ferguson when she was part of the royal household, the publication wrote, Meghan has seen nothing like that, even though staff at Kensington Palace are now calling her Meghan. The news comes as reports continue to emerge about staff members quitting due to Meghan's unrealistic demands. In fact, a royal insider previously told The Sun, Meghan can be difficult. She has a very high standards and is used to working in Hollywood environment. However, there is a different degree of respect in the royal household, and Kate has always been very careful about how she has acted around the staff. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Instagram post sparks backlash from followers as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle faces increasing scrutiny over their private jet use. The couple's latest Instagram post has sparked a furious backlash from royal fans. Last week it emerged that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex had used private planes which emit 6 times more carbon dioxide than a regular flight to fly to Ibiza and then Nice. The move was criticized by royal fans and UK politicians who accused the couple of being hypocritical given their campaigning on environmental issues. On Monday, Meghan and Harry's official Instagram account, Sussex Royal, shared an inspiring quote for the day to its 9.3 million followers. The quote from Archbishop Desmond Tutu urged people to do your little of good where you are. While many of the royal couple's followers thanked them for sharing the inspiration message, others accused Meghan and Harry of showing entitlement giving their use of private jets. Your little bit of good might be flying on commercial rather than always private. Remember that footprint you both talk about, one person said. People spout quotes and mantras around, and that is all well and good, but at the end of the day, it's your actions that speak louder than your words, one follower commented. Your little bit of good could be practicing what you preach and reducing your carbon footprint by not using private jets every 30 minutes, another said, while another follower claimed it was taking entitlement to a whole new level. Earlier this month it emerged Harry had given a speech on the need for climate change action at a top secret Camp Google event in Sicily, Italy. The prince made his plea barefoot to the celebrities that included Leonardo DiCaprio, Naomi Campbell, Stella McCartney and Harry Styles. He's believed to have stayed in super yacht during the event. On August 6th, Meghan and Harry flew to Ibiza for 6 days to celebrate the former actress's 38th birthday, a round trip that is estimated to have cost $72,000. Last Wednesday, the couple jetted into Nice airport on a private plane to stay at Elton John's villa before flying back on the same airplane to the UK on Sunday. John has since defended the couple's trip, writing on social media that he had provided the couple with his 12-seat Cessna plane due to the high level of much-needed protection Meghan and Harry required. He said, after a hectic year, continuing their hard work and dedication to charity, David and I wanted the young family to have a private holiday inside the safety and tranquility of our home. To maintain a high level of much-needed protection, we provide them with a private jet flight. To support Harry's commitment to the environment, we ensured their flight was carbon neutral by making the appropriate contribution to carbon footprint. Elton John is wrong. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are hypocrites. Stars, they're just like us. They acknowledge that climate change will devastate the planet and they do nothing about it. Or worse, they aid it along. This week, the British press appears to have crowned Prince Harry and Meghan Markle the king and queen of hypocrisy after news broke that the couple took 2 trips on a private jet within a week. Flying around the world on a personal plane may not sound like extraordinary behavior for the uber rich, but it is indeed hypocritical behavior when the uber rich is in question have a penchant for Environment activism. Last month, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle began to follow Greta Thunberg on Instagram, the 16-year-old climate change activist sailing across the Atlantic Ocean in a solar-powered yacht. The same Greta Thunberg featured in a special edition of British Vogue, yesterday by none other than the Duchess herself. Also featured in Markle's Vogue edition, an interview with Dr. Jane Goodall conducted by Prince Harry, in which he tells Goodall that he and Markle intend to have no more than 2 children, presumably as a gesture of kindness to an overcrowded planet Earth. It isn't a stretch to say that the official Sussex Royal Instagram is a gallery of good deeds, an environment call to action. A recent post on the account from June shows a photo grid comprised of manner of green-related content: penguins on a melting ice floe, a little girl holding a sign that read "Mother Nature is crying," and beneath the photo grid a quote from the Duke of Sussex himself. It read in part, "With nearly 7.7 billion people inhabiting this earth, every choice, every footprint, every action makes a difference. Every action but his own, apparently. We know that flying in airplanes is bad for the planet. We know that an effective way to curb one's carbon footprint is to fly less than often, and then it should go without the saying to fly with other people, or a la Greta Thunberg to not fly at all." But not only did Harry and Meghan fly, they set off on a private jet to visit their good friend Elton John, a choice that, according to one estimate via ITV, likely generated 7 times more carbon emissions per person than a standard commercial flight. And not only did they set off on a private jet amid a bout of environmental preachiness, their famous friends rushed to their defense in the aftermath of this event. Elton John was one of a few big stars to stand up for the prince on social media this week, writing he's deeply distressed by media's criticism of Duke and Duchess following their private stay at his home in Nice. To maintain a high level of much-needed protection, he provided them with a private jet flight. John wrote on Twitter about Harry and Meghan: "To support Prince Harry's commitment to the environment, we ensured their flight was carbon neutral by making the appropriate contribution to carbon footprint." In the words of Ellen DeGeneres, also on Twitter, "Imagine being attacked for everything you do when you're all trying to do is make the world better." It seems these celebrities have dropped one hot button cause and taken up another, anti-bullying. In their minds, Harry and Meghan are the victims of a bullying campaign orchestrated by the media. In some ways, they're correct. It is entirely fair to maintain that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the latter especially, have been victims of undue criticism at the hands of the tabloid press. Nobody should be scolded, as Meghan was, for holding her pregnant belly or wearing jeans to a sporting event. But when it comes down to this particular press firestorm, it's difficult to sympathize with the Sussexes. Of course, nobody is perfect, nor can we reasonably expect Harry and Meghan to sail instead of fly to Elton John's estate on the open water with their baby in tow. But it is too much to ask if they have a luxury vacation plan that requires the service of a private jet, that they cool it on the environment preaching for a while, and while they are at it, perhaps rather than the issue vague pleas for people to change their behavior, the Sussexes should single out bad actors in the business world, major corporations whose impact on the climate is far more damaging than any individuals. This would make their environmentalism appear somewhat more substantial. At the end of the day, most of us are hypocrites when it comes to fighting climate change. I would bet that even Greta Thunberg leaves the lights on from time to time, and the Sussexes seem like lovely people, private jet and all. But if they are going to dish it out, they have got to be able to take it. If they tell us our choices matter, then they shouldn't be surprised when we tell them that their choices matter too.